times when the world feels loud, not just noisy in sound, but heavy in the way it presses against your attention, as if everything is asking to be held at once, every worry, every unfinished thought, until your inner landscape feels crowded and brittle. It simply shortens the days and deepens the nights, inviting us to live closer to the edges of light. There are moments in the colder months when you can feel the season shift, little by little. The light lingers a little longer in the afternoon. The darkness doesn't arrive quite as quickly as it did before. Nothing dramatic changes, but something inside begins to loosen its grip. For those who care for the living things, plants, gardens, ideas, or dreams, this is an important threshold. It's the moment when life is no longer just enduring the season, it's quietly preparing to grow again. But growth in winter looks different. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't rush upward. It happens beneath the surface. These are times when slowing down is not avoidance, but wisdom. Winter has always been a season for foundations, for tending what must last, for repairing what cracked under the weight of the previous year, for finishing what was left undone, not out of guilt, but out of care. This is the kind of work that doesn't show right away, the kind that won't be applauded, the kind that only reveals its value later, when everything else begins to move again. There are times when returning to simple routines feels like returning to old friends. Familiar rituals, a cup of tea prepared the same way each evening, a book opened before bed. Hands busy with something quiet and repetitive. These are small acts, remind the body where it is in time, especially when the larger world feels unsteady. There is a season for everything, and winter especially asks us to listen with our senses instead of our minds. To notice the warmth of a mug between our palms, the sound of water heating, the comfort of lamplight after sunset. These are not escapes, they are anchors. There are times when beginning again does not look like ambition or resolution. It looks like choosing one quiet commitment. Not a sweeping plan, not a transformation, just one small promise that can be kept. Something that supports rest, something that restores rhythm, something that does not require explanation. Perhaps it's stepping outside for a few quiet breaths each morning. Perhaps it's returning to the same nourishing meal again and again. What matters is not the size of the commitment, but its steadiness. There are companions that have walked with humans through these seasons for centuries. Chamomile, with its soft apple-scented blossoms, remind us that rest is not a reward, it is a necessity. A simple cup of tea at day's end can signal to the body that it's safe to let go. Nettles, deep and mineral-rich, offer strength that is slow and enduring. Taken as a nourishing drink, they help the body feel supported from the inside out, especially when days feel long or overwhelming. And sage, used gently as a mist rather than smoke, refreshes the air without disruption. It clears what feels stagnant and invites quiet renewal. These plants do not promise to fix the world. They offer steadiness instead. There are times when continuity matters more than optimism. When simply showing up for the small, ordinary task of living becomes an act of resilience. Watering seedlings meant for the future season, preparing familiar meals, honoring cycles of rest and effort that keep life sustainable. We are still here, still tending what we can, still moving at a human pace, still building slowly, carefully, with intention to what will hold. Winter does not rush us toward answers. It teaches us how to live inside the questions. And in doing so, it reminds us that not everything needs to be carried at once. Some things can wait. Some things can rest. Some things are growing quietly even now. If you found yourself here listening, perhaps this is one of those times, a time to soften your focus, a time to return to what's familiar, a time to build something small, steady, and strong enough to last. This is a place to land.